In a world of reboots, remakes, and cinematic disasters, two dudes with no clue dare to ask, what the hell were they thinking? Popcorn ready, brains off, no film school, and no mercy. This is No Clue Movie Reviews.
Hello and welcome to the No Clue Movie Review. I am your host, Jay, and as always, I'm joined by my co-host, the bearded bastard himself, Malcolm.
Does the audio ever get better on this show?
I'm not sure about the audio, but the story is definitely picking up. Because today, we are going to continue our review of the early 90s MTV series, The Head. Now, last episode, we left off with Jim getting knocked unconscious by his date, Madeline, after the alien Gork jumped through his roof and took her over.
Turned her into a head.
She's got a giant fucking head now.
Nice.
So let's go ahead and get started with MTV's The Head, Season 1, Episode 3, The Mission. Now, like I said, this picks up right where the last one, well, I say right where the last one left off. It's about 16 hours after the last one left off.
Exactly, 16 hours, apparently.
We're in Jim's house.
I think that's more than just being knocked out. That is a concussion. That is brain damage.
Well, let's be fair. I'm sure that the alien can get in his head and check to see if there's any actual damage.
Yeah, once he knocks the dirt that he brought in on and put it on top of the brain because he walks all over it. That's crazy.
Yeah, I would make him put a welcome mat before he just jumped in my head. But did you notice that if you look, the more and more that he goes in and out of his head, that like line down his forehead is getting bigger and more pronounced. Have you noticed that?
Oh, yeah. It's like women.
Jim is confused on why Madeline hit him. And Roy explains that Gork is actually a parasitic alien, and he is like taking over her mind and like slowly eating her cerebral cortex.
Now, the thing is, like, okay, fine, that's Gork's explanation. Why do you live in my head?
He's trying to save the world.
You don't have to live in my fucking head. It's like, I was like,
just live in my house, man. I got a spare room. Jim is concerned. He wants to go after him immediately, but Roy, he's not too worried. He says it takes 3 weeks for the host to be sucked dry, so they have time.
Unfortunately, he is a parasitic alien with the power to control her mind. He will live in her head.
What is his taping of the paper onto the hole in the roof going to do if even like a little bit of rain comes or a little bit of wind?
Yeah, absolutely nothing. And it's just some paper on the ground. I think it was like just some garbage.
He's been in Jim's head, dude. He knows everything Jim does.
That is probably true.
I was going to say, like, he's even trying to prove later that he can start thinking of something and Jim is going to be able to know what he's thinking. They're going to develop a telepathic link over time with him being in there.
Curious if they'll keep playing on that.
I think they do. I mean, like I said, this one definitely went on for more seasons than the Max did. I think this one went on for 2. The Max went on for 1. So they kept this one going for a reason.
He says, he goes, well, then we need to go after her now. It's like, no, you got like 3 weeks. It's like, but it's still a progressive problem. But then maybe that would work. Maybe you could time it to where she's just like a dummy enough. It's like, okay, now we'll stop it. Now I have my own little pet.
Yeah, because slowly eating away your cerebral cortex is still eating your fucking cerebral cortex.
It's even like, the quicker the better, dude.
2.5 weeks. What has she got left? I'm just saying.
Boobs. That's all I need.
But, you know, as the show has proven, we jump around back and forth quite a bit on it. So we already jumped to Dr. Rod Axel's office. And you get Dr. Elliot and his goons just run in and attack him.
These feds are just they're psychos. They do not need to be in this position.
Yes, can I help you? We're the feds. We don't need any help.
I understand that they work in a government building because, you know, it says GOVT on the building. But who do they work for? What branch?
I feel like it's like X-Files like division that they're working with. Oh, what's his nut Shorty? And because he even makes a hint, just kind of like Mulder, that he's laughed at by the rest of them.
So he's got like the secret department, is what it is.
Secret, like extraterrestrial, you know, junk science division.
The whole point here, Elliot, you know, he walks in, he's looking for Jim. Axel's refusing to give him the name, obviously. And then Elliot goes on to explain his childhood. So he's actually seen a guy with a giant head when he was younger. But it was a Gork-looking alien that burst out.
Yeah, so Gork isn't a name. Gork is a species, I'm guessing, the best I can tell.
It's it's either they're the Gork or every one of them is named Gork. I don't know, but he refers to them as Gork every time. Why did this guy's head crack like that when every other time you just burst out like it's a fucking ripping open a Christmas present or some shit?
Yeah, I don't know. Clearly, this guy must have died or something afterwards.
Well, yeah, but would the head harden up to where it would crack like that? That's still just skin.
You could say the guy was hard-headed.
The alien was going to go over and take over Elliot, but he said he was too young.
Yeah.
Elliot, I think, took it offensively because he said alien said his brain was too small.
But maybe to me, kind of like he smiled. I don't know. It was odd. Like he was, maybe it was just smiled because he was spared. But then why does the Gork do this? Is it because he just doesn't know what a truck is? And then what happened over the horizon?
Yeah, over the horizon's a little bit weird. Hitting you figure he would just hit the fucking Gork and that would be it. He probably didn't see him. The thing wasn't even as tall as the front of his hood.
Yeah, but he put his hand out like he wanted the truck to stop, and it just hit him.
Well, let's be fair. Maybe he didn't know how fast it was coming. Remember, the Gork can move stuff with their minds. He was doing it earlier. So maybe he was trying to physically stop it and just didn't realize how fast it was coming.
Yeah.
Just a thought. Elliot does say here that he believes there's more out there just waiting for a signal. And then that's right when we jump back to Jim, and now Roy is explaining to Jim about a signal that they intercepted. Basically, Roy's whole planet was destroyed by the Gorks, or they took over his planet, I guess.
So could you imagine Roy's species being turned into the heads with Gorks in them?
That would be hilarious. I don't remember if there's any other alien species that have an alien species in their head. That'd be interesting.
Right. And I guess that's why Roy's doing it. They had to learn from their techniques in order to, maybe that's how you space travel. You can only space travel by launching yourself into a creature's brain.
Maybe they can't breathe in the oxygen for that long, so they have their own little atmosphere in the head. I don't fucking know.
In an earlier episode, he does mention something that he's adapting to Earth's environment. So yes, you are on the nose there.
Roy says millions of Gorks are coming to Earth, and they're going to take over people's minds and have a full-scale invasion. Cut right back to Axel's office. Like I said, this jumps back and forth. Basically, these two conversations are happening at the same time.
And they are correct, but there is some miscommunication, just a little bit.
Elliot is telling Axel that these aliens are already here watching and experimenting, and he's accusing Jim of helping. And that's basically the reason he's wanting Jim's name.
Right. He's not aware of Roy and his purpose. He just believes it's more Gorks, even though he doesn't have the name Gork in his head.
Dr. Axel is not giving up anything to this guy. I don't blame him. This guy's fucking, he doesn't open his eyes. He bothers me. Roy, we jump back and we found out Roy was sent to Earth with a machine to stop the invasion. Now, the machine fractured into 5 pieces when it hit the atmosphere, and they're all over. He doesn't know where, but he knows one is nearby because of his transistor radio, I guess you would call that he has inside of Jim's head.
Yeah, a locator of some sort. Good thing that all 5 pieces have a receiver that can be picked up.
He tells Jim, he goes, one is nearby. And Jim literally goes, yeah, that's really nearby. Let's go on the roof and I'll show you. Like Jim knew about it already. How?
I guess he can see that it's like there's only one thing out there in that bay that looks like that, and it's the Statue of Liberty.
He's assuming it's out there. Okay. Well, we jump back to Axel real quick. Axel agrees that Jim needs help, but he's not willing to help Elliot because he doesn't agree with his methods. So they end up tying up Axel and abducting him. And that is the last we see of Axel and Elliot for this episode. So we'll probably pick up with him being tortured or some shit on the next one. So on the roof of Jim's apartment now, they literally use binoculars and you can see a piece of the machine sticking out of the face of the Statue of Liberty. If that machine broke apart on impact with the atmosphere, how did it not just get damaged when it hit the Statue of Liberty? How did it stick in its face? You figure it would have exploded on contact or made some kind of giant explosion, but no, I get it.
Well, you need a mini quest, so they need to be intact, but yet 5 pieces scattered about. I wonder if the rest of the season is these 5 pieces.
It's probably the rest of the season, and then season 2 will have another little mini quest, I'm sure. Because I don't remember the storyline all that well. I remember the show. I love it. I loved it when I was a kid, but man.
It's crazy. You keep saying you love it. You can't remember it.
No, I loved it when I was a kid. That if it was on, I was watching it. But it was that Beavis and Butthead, the Max. Like, I don't remember the Max that well, and I've seen every episode. I don't remember Eon
Oh.
Flux that well, and I've seen every episode. Yeah, so the Statue of Liberty has one poking out like the fucking mole sticking out.
Yeah, which
And
is
Roy
even
said,
saying that the wires look like hairs.
yeah. So Roy says he can get over there by himself, but he's going to need help getting it back. And Jim doesn't have any friends, but he gets the idea because Madeline said something about her support group for what Jim referred to as freaks,
Yes.
like would always be willing to help. But
But
Madeline's
he's a
gone
stranger.
now. Yeah, he's a
He
stranger.
lost his connections. He's got to go convince people he doesn't know.
Mhm.
But he is a freak, so maybe it's that connection bond.
Yeah, I guess so. Maybe he'll see another person with a giant head. Who knows?
Nice.
But Jim questions on how Roy's going to walk around, and Roy's genius. He's got a disguise.
It's okay. I have a disguise.
It's fucking Clark Kent shit.
I feel like that's the an homage, but just done the opposite of They Live.
Oh yeah,
It's
yeah.
an alien using glasses to blend in, and in that movie, it's glasses to reveal the blend in aliens.
Yeah, Roddy Piper.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But
I've never actually seen all that movie.
I don't think I've ever finished it either, and I know it's supposed to be really fucking good. Add it to the list.
Add it to the list.
The scene there, you went that. I thought of Superman, Clark Kent throwing on his glasses. Oh, and fixes his hair. Nobody recognizes he's Superman.
Right. I guess that makes more sense to the next scene. Which boy,
Well-
this episode just kind of just goes. It interesting. We got detail, and then just goes, just stops.
This whole season, this whole series is ending on a cliffhanger. Every episode.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's on a ferry going over to the Statue of Liberty, and he takes his glasses off because he starts crying when they're talking about how diversity
America?
is the
Yeah.
strength. And I mean, good Lord, that phrase, man, that hasn't left since the 90s, man. I wonder how long that's been being said.
Mm-hmm.
But everyone on the ferry turns and sees him and starts screaming, "Alien, alien," because, he's a fucking alien with crying on the boat. Why did he not just hide? He could have got on the boat and hid.
Yeah.
He could have got Jim on the boat, but no, Jim had to go get another boat. I forgot. But yeah, it was just, I don't know. But that's where this episode actually ends. It's going to pick up, I'm assuming next episode, we're going to have Elliot torturing Rod Axel. Jim's going to be pulling up in a boat to a major thing going on with an alien, and he's going to look weird because he's got a giant fucking head. So,
Mm-hmm.
But I do love this show so far. Rewatching it, I wish the episodes were longer. I mean, shit, with what we've watched so far, could have been one episode,
I feel a little indifferent. I'm not impressed, but I know there's a second season, so I'm intrigued on seeing where they take this. But I mean, in all honesty, I understand that, and I did look it up. The Head was more popular than the Max, and that still baffles me to this day.
Dude,
I do not
you.
understand it. There's a full-fledged comic book with the Max. There's just
This was just one of those cult things, man. It was like,
Yeah,
Attack
it's
the
just-
Killer Tomatoes. Nobody really it wasn't great, but
Uh-huh.
it was.
But the
You
Max
know?
has so many layers you can look at it on. It touches on so many interesting issues that children
Well-
should not watch, but I did.
Well, by the time these are over, there's a chance I'll like the Max more. But like I said, the Head, for whatever reason, left a bigger imprint on my childhood than the Max did. And the only thing I really remember about Eon Flux is the opening when she closes her eyes and catches the fly in her eyelashes.
What I remember is that Eon Flux doesn't necessarily rely on all stories connecting. They're kind of anthologies. I think that's what you'd say. There's an overall theme, but they're not directly connected. The impact of one episode doesn't always impact another. They sometimes don't even fit.
Kind of like The Office or something, like where one episode might bleed into the next, but then one episode
Yeah.
might just be the Dundies.
Right.
Gotcha. That's going to do it for us on this episode. But before you get out of here, please go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button if you could. Thanks for joining. Have a good one.